What's going on, internet? It's Rad. I'm back with a video to hopefully teach a lot of people a common question that we get during the streams and in the comments on other videos is, hey, I don't know how to do these special moves. I can't get them to come out. I can't do a quarter circle. I can't do a shoryuken. I can't do charge moves. I have no idea how to rapid fire legs properly, etc. And so the character we picked is Chun Li to kind of exemplify everything, because she has just about every single one of those things going on for her, right? She has lightning legs, she needs rapid fire, she has charge moves, she has everything. So we'll start with the most basic thing when you're first trying to learn how to do things. And for this video, I'm trying to do everything on a controller. I normally play on an arcade stick, so I wanted to showcase that everything here is doable on a controller. I'm using a D-pad. I know that gets brought up frequently. Hey, should I use the D-pad or should I be using the analog stick? That's all preference. That's not going to make or break anything. People ask if I should buy an arcade stick. Totally preference. Best players in the world are on pads and hitboxes and arcade sticks. It's all a mishmash. It doesn't matter. Find what works for you. If you're having troubles figuring out which one to kind of settle in on, say you just have a controller, you don't know if one you want to do D-pad or analog stick, it's the same as how we would do this. Now, quarter circle forward, that's down, down, forward, forward, and a kick button can make lightning legs come out with Chun Li. If you are wondering if you should be using D-pad or analog stick, try to do 10 in a row on one side with the stick and 10 in a row on one side with the D-pad, and see which one you do better with. Did you hit 6 with one, 4 with one, 3 with the other? Whatever the case is, find what one works better and then commit to that. Just say, hey, obviously I'm naturally doing better with this. If I put in time, I should absolutely be able to hone in and get it to be muscle memory. A big thing that people don't understand, maybe coming from Mortal Kombat, your inputs are like back and forward, and you know, you do spear with like Scorpion, right? And so it's quicker to hit back and forward, and then a punch button, because it's kind of automatic. Here you're usually adding one extra input or having to do something a little bit longer, so it kind of slows down the process, but when you get it down, it comes out damn near instantly because you know how to rapid fire everything you need to do. So with lightning legs, down, down, forward, forward, if we're looking at the inputs here right next to me, I'll cancel everything out to a down. If we do this, bam, we get it to come out. That was down, down, forward, forward, and a kick. And that was all done on D-pad. I can do it on the stick as well. You notice on the stick that I had extra inputs after the fact, but it didn't matter because I had done the input correctly to begin with, and it had already locked my character into doing legs, so she wasn't going to jump forward all of a sudden. A lot of people, what they struggle with is they're so concerned with getting that those inputs one by one that they're not making it into a motion. That's why these are called motion specials. Quarter circle forward. A quarter of a circle would be down, down, forward, and forward. If we were trying to break it up into fourths on the analog stick, this would be a quarter right down here, right? A quarter of what we're playing with. So you're just trying to do a smooth motion, right, of down, down, forward, forward, and a kick. And bam, Chun-Li is doing it. It isn't difficult, it isn't hard, it's just a matter of teaching yourself how to make a nice smooth motion with your thumb. Then we've got charge moves. This is where more people get caught up and have difficulties. This is, in my opinion, harder to do on a stick for me to get them to come out. You see, I already screwed up the next one. But if I do it on a directional pad, more often than not, I'm gonna get it. Even here, I'm screwing up. Showing that we can do it. I do it better on pad for those inputs. So when you are walking backwards, you are initiating a charge for her Kikoken, which is hold back, charge, and then hit forward and punch, and bam, you will make Kikoken come out. So here you have to kind of learn what's the minimal amount the charge needs to be. It's actually not very long. They come out pretty damn quick on how long of a charge you need. What people get caught up in training mode and they think they're doing it wrong is they don't understand the property of, say, a Kikoken's fireball on what it needs to do before you can do another one. Because you're thinking, oh man, I can shoot him out really quick. I'm holding charge. Why isn't it coming out? You can't do another Kikoken until that one disappears, collides with another fireball, hits your opponent, or gets blocked by your opponent. Otherwise, someone like Sagat, for example, could just cover the screen and fireballs between low and high shot and never have to worry about timing because he just has infinite plasma to chuck at you. So that's something you can also learn if you're someone who's not playing a character with a fireball is, hey, if I block this thing, I can walk forward after that a few steps if I'm trying to close the gap before he can shoot off another one right there. If you're trying to do fireball wars or you're trying to rush someone down who is a zoner. So there's other ways to get the charge. While you can hold back, you can also not give up ground because you don't want to walk yourself into the corner. Say you're sitting right here, you can just hold down and back and then forward. We'll give it to you as well without giving up your again, spacing on where you are on the screen. So this is probably the number one way you're going to end up doing your back forward charges if you're Guile, if you're Balrog, if you're Blanca, is you want to hold down and back, see what the opponent's doing, let it rip if you feel like it's going to hit, or if you're just trying to create space with her Kikoken. There you go. It's not difficult. It is just holding down and back, charging it for a second, and then saying let it rip. The second part of that is you want the forward and the punch to kind of happen at the same time. If you're watching the inputs, usually that forward and that punch are on the same line. See how there's kind of lines here on where it could be? They'll end up on the same line if you're doing it right. Can the punch be above it? Yes. But 9 out of 10 times you're just going to end up seeing it on the same line. It means you're doing it correctly. As far as down up, same principles apply. You can hold down back or down forward, and then you hit up and kick to get spinning bird kick. Nothing crazy there. That's it. I don't even know how more we can help. You have to hold it a little bit, let it rip up, and it ends up at the same time as the up direction is hit, is the same time the kick button is hit, so that you can make it come out. If you're trying to do EX versions of any of these moves, you just hold down two kicks. So a light kick and a medium kick, bam, you get it. They'll come out. If you want the heavy, you use the heavy kick version. There is obviously a difference between different versions of moves. Light moves tend to be safer, do less damage. Heavy moves tend to do more damage, but are less safe. If they're blocked, you'll get hurt for it. Last but not least, the most complex motion that a character could have, and this applies to Chun Li, this applies to Blanca, this applies to who else has a rapid fire? Honda's a good example because he will absolutely need to use the different versions of his 100-hand slap, where he's going to be beating your cheeks. And the reason for that is different ones combo at different ranges, do different damage, and are different levels of safe. And so if you just mash light over and over and over again, you'll get lightning legs here with Chun Li, right? Same move we're doing here, but this is a different version. If you do medium, same thing will happen, right? But say you want to do it in the middle of a combo, right? You wanted to like do a crouching or a standing like medium punch into lightning legs, but you want the heavy version to come out. So you would hit, but you see I'm spamming heavy, it doesn't come out when we're trying to do that version. I can get the heavy version if I hit medium and then do the quarter circle forward heavy version. But if you're Honda, you don't have that option. You don't have 100 hands being in motion, right? You just have to hit it. So how do you do that? There are two techniques that I have learned throughout the time I've been playing Street Fighter. There's one called pianoing. There's a second one called sliding. These inputs work on arcade sticks. If you are a controller player, this is where, if your goal is to play Honda, you may end up wanting to pick up an arcade stick or a hitbox because it is harder to do this. I have not found a proper way to do it on controller where it's consistent, but the principles are this for pianoing. And I'll grab my arcade stick for you, and I will grab the controller to show you why it's difficult to do. Pianoing is the idea of, if this is my light punch, medium punch, and heavy kick, and we're doing 100 hands with Honda. If we're doing Chun Li's kicks, it's light kick, medium kick, hard kick, right? If we pianoed, you know, like strumming, if we went from light, medium to hard, and then back from hard to medium to light, like really fast as one motion, kind of doing this, if you can rapid fire that quick, you'll get the light version to come out. If you start on medium and you go to medium to heavy, back to medium to light, then back to medium, you get the medium version. If you started on heavy, then medium, then light to medium and heavy, you'd get the heavy to come out. So it's rapid firing back and forth across the stick, right to left to right, right to left, depending on what you're trying to do. The second one is sliding. That's where you take your finger and you basically do, you know, one of these motions where, you know, cross my fingers, right? Hope to die, stick a needle in your eye, and you rapid fire it back across like this. So left to right, and you just do it as fast as you can like that. I believe Mike Ross uses that method when he was playing back in Street Fighter 4, and that's where I picked it up. I prefer doing sliding if I'm going to play a character like that, but you will basically end up getting calluses and beating the shit out of your finger doing it that way. Just something to keep in mind. So if we go back to the controller, you can see you can't slide. there's nothing to slide betwixt, because, you know, your other inputs are usually up here. So there's no like quick way, and you're gonna end up accidentally getting or pianoing, same thing. I don't know how to piano this. I do it, I do the motions, right? I'm trying to, I'm not good at it. I can't do that. So that's where you may want to pick a different peripheral to be able to do it. If you're someone who plays on a pad and you have no problem doing lightning legs with the 3 inputs, or you play Honda on pad and you're like, no, I can get the medium one to come out anytime I need it, feel free to drop off comments below on what you do. What is it that you do to get it to come out? Because I personally, I can't do it. It's one of the reasons I ended up going with arcade stick when back in the day I was trying to figure out what do I want to play on. So those are the different kinds of motions that are traditional, right? And then hopefully that'll help you know how to do them. The next thing that people struggle with is, well, I can do it, but I can't get it to come out in a freaking combo. You know, I can't do that into lightning legs. I can do lightning legs, I can hit a medium punch. Why can't I get the two to connect? We then have to focus on what you are doing as far as a move. If we look at Chun Li's standing medium punch, it has a series of animation frames where it has to come out. It's active because it's jabbing out there, and then it comes back. Okay, this is your startup frames, active frames, recovery frames on her hitting this move. And it's more visible with a move like here, like this heavy kick. The startup frames is her winding up, its active is when it's out there swinging around, and its recovery is as it's coming back, right? It's easier to see that way. What you're trying to do when you're canceling into a move is you want, during the startup and active portion, to have canceled quickly into the special move you want to come out, so that it is one fluid motion connecting. Because if you break it down too much or you wait too long, you'll mess it up. Sometimes you can do it too fast. You can do it too fast sometimes. So you just need to find this like sweet motion where you hit a button. But you'll notice on my screen when I cancel these out, it's pretty damn quick how I input it. And again, doing it on pad for you guys to show you that it is absolutely doable on a controller, and I am using D-pad. The same principle is applied to a charge move. If we were here and we wanted to get it, and I'm holding down back, so I have my charge for a Kikoken, right? But we need to do a standing medium punch. We would go into the standing motion by going from down back to back, immediately hitting the standing medium punch after we do it, which I am not getting. We would immediately do that, and then we have to cancel into a charge move. So One sec. This can be a pain in the butt. We will get it. Unless this move doesn't cancel into Kikoken, in which case it would be really dumb. Let's take a look. Can it not cancel into Kikoken? That might be the reason this isn't working. But I would think that it does. She can do... What's her other move? Heavy punch? Right? Here, let's cancel... What are they called? Counters. We'll turn them off. I believe this cancels into Kikoken, right? Okay. Crouching heavy was canceling into it, which is weird. It's a 2-hit move. I know this works. There you go. It does work. It has to be, like I said, it's not easy, right? This is the reason I play on arcade stick, is because then these things are second nature to me. You can stand up, you can let it rip. So this does work. You just have to do the same principle as when we're trying to cancel into a motion move. We have to make it quick, we have to make it succinct, and we need to know that as this is active, this standing back hard punch, that it has to come out fluidly, really quick during the startup and active portions of the animation, not the recovery, because then you're taking too long and it will cancel it out for being a combo. What else? Trying to double check what we needed to cover. Let me check. I think that's that portion. This is where we have to go and look at two unique characters. There are two unique characters that have special motions that are not traditional at all. So, if you guys are familiar with Lord Ed, pick Ed, and we will pick Falke.
I'm ready. Now begin.
Now, other motions that you may need to do other than quarter circles or shoryukens and whatever, I'm not going to go into those because it's the same principle. If you want those to combine to do a shoryuken, you hit forward, down, forward, and a punch, and it just needs to be a fluid movement. The way you can break it down in your head for a shoryuken is think of drawing a Z with your controller, and that usually helps people out to start hitting those. And remember, if you can do a move 10 times on one side in a row without screwing it up, do it 10 times on the other side, you're getting it down. If you drop it at 4 or 5, start from 0 and just build up muscle memory. So what's different about Ed? His moves are done via holding a button down and then releasing. So if you come down into his command list, you'll notice that he has Psycho Spark, right? Forward and medium. That's his move. He just does this. If you hit a button during it, another move comes out. If you look at his heavy punch, you hold it down, that move comes out. So a lot of what he does is not traditional in any way. Psycho Flicker is done through rapid fire punches, right? We can do it like a lightning legs motion. But then he has these hold buttons. He has these moves only come out after another move. Psycho Upper is done by doing 2 punches. Just being hit just automatically does an uppercut for you. Same with his 2 kicks, right? He just has moves that come out, and then another move is usually able to follow up after. So it is really unique and kind of cool. And I don't recommend him as a starting character because he doesn't teach you regular Street Fighter, right? He's not going to teach you how to do shoryukens or fireballs or charge moves. He's his own guy. However, he's not difficult to do these things with, right? I'm pretty sure everybody watching this video can hit 2 kicks at once and then a button after that for a punch. Like, my grandma could probably do that. So it's not that what he does is difficult, it's that it's different. So that's him. And then if we just set it to dummy mode, so we can take a look at our friend Falke here. She's similar in that she has to hold a button down, give up a move, and you see her hand glows. When you let it go, a move comes out. Same with this. Same with a lot of her other moves. So she is actually hard as shit. Because you're giving up. Well, if say you want to do the light version of that move with her, right? You want to do her shooting shot here, right? You are giving up your square button. What's square button tied to? Your throw. You're giving up the ability to throw when you do that. If you do heavy, you're giving up the ability to V trigger. If you give up your medium, you can't do your V skill, right? In the time that you're holding that, you're giving up moves. So she's not a very strong character to begin with. You're probably not going to run into some Falke army that's destroying you like Ryu or Ken is online. But just know, if you're looking for a challenge and you want something very different, she can definitely provide it to you. She's got some cool combos and some unique things. But again, this is another very unique character. It's done just by holding buttons down and releasing them. Maybe that sounds appealing to you. It doesn't to me, because it limits the actions you can do within a fight. All right, I think that covers everybody's kind of unique properties. The things we didn't go over are command grabs. If you watch my Zangief video, the Zangief video will tell you how to do spinning pile drivers and effective ways to get them to come out, even while you're just walking around without jumping to make them come out. Half circle motion command grabs are very easy. You just start from one side of your stick, right? Spin it halfway around and hit a button and it'll come out. Those tend to be easier. Motion controls tend to be easier. The other big thing that I will mention is that this game is lenient in its inputs. So when you are doing like a quarter circle forward, if you remember earlier, I ended on up or up forward, the game will still give it to you. In that regard, Shoryuken moves, if you are crouching and you just hit down forward, this direction, straight down, or straight down and forward that way. If you do it 2 times rapid fire while you're crouching, you will get a Shoryuken to come out. Instead of having to go from crouching to standing to forward, down, forward, there's a shortcut input by hitting just down, forward really quick, and a Shoryuken will come out. That may help some of you guys, especially when you're trying to do a Shoryuken off a crouching move, like, hey, I hit a crouching medium punch and now I want to make a Shoryuken come out. That should be it, guys. Hopefully this helps a lot of you start hitting your inputs, breaking down some combos, being able to teach yourself Street Fighter. When it does come to the combos side of things, remember, just break shit down. Don't overcomplicate it for yourself. You're better off learning a 3-hit combo that you can hit consistently than learning some 6-hit combo using 1 bar of meter that you never, ever are able to pull off in a fight. And also, don't spend too much time in training mode, you guys. Spend 15 to 30 minutes a day just getting your muscle memory down for inputs for these basic combos you're teaching yourself before you just hop online, because there's 40 characters, and if you spend 2 of your 3 hours you were going to play that day learning a combo, getting it down, and then you go online and you've never fought Blanca, and Blanca destroys you and you never get to do your combo, probably a giant waste of time you could have spent learning the Blanca matchup. And doing your nice, safe, easy combos that you know how to do. All right, guys, if you liked the video, feel free to drop a like, sub to the channel. We're putting out a lot of live and recorded Street Fighter content for you guys, especially those of you new who are coming in from PS Plus. And hit the notification bell if you want to know when I'm streaming, when I'm live. You can come ask me questions live while I'm playing. That is typically on Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and Sunday night here on YouTube. And then the rest of my streams are on Twitch on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Link to the Discord down below as well. Thank you all for checking out the video. Hope you have an amazing day.